What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy S.Craft back again with another barber tutorial, and today we're going to do a woman's undercut design, and we're going to make it easy. So basically I'm starting out with a number 1 and just going against the grain to make sure we get it nice and smooth, to have a nice clean canvas that we can actually draw on. You guys already know that I love the artistic part of doing hair. The part that she has was already there. I just cleaned up with a number 1 all the way up to the part that she had previously. Now I come in and I create my edges. The edge on this side was off just a little bit due to me trying to stay out of the camera. It's hard to see. However, I come in and I'm trying to find out where the middle of her head is so that I could create the first diamond. She actually drew a piece of paper and said, I want like a diamond and a diamond and a diamond. And then she said, just do some of that fade stuff that you do to make it pop. So that's what I'm going to do. Just do some of that fade stuff that I do to make it pop. So we started with the first diamond. When I'm creating a design, I usually don't try to make it perfect as far as the lines at first. I want a rough draft so that way I can just at least know what I'm working with. And then we start developing, just that real clean pop to it. We add a little bit more time. So once again, I'm just doing a diamond and a diamond, and I'm doing about a 1/2 inch, I would say. Each diamond is about a 1/2 inch thick, and then I'll add another 1/2 inch thick diamond all the way around. And I do this until basically it's going out to the side of the head. And then I'll come back in and clean it up. Usually that's how I do designs. I like to usually freestyle, just freestyle some designs in there, because it can just go a lot quicker. Plus there's no picture for them to compare it to, so they only know that was what was in my head, and that's what they got on their head. So they can't say, well, this is off and that should have been this way or whatever. So when people give me pictures, I like doing them just for the challenge. However, it's one of those things that if something's off, especially like a portrait or something, it can be a challenge. But this is a real simple design. Just there again, go in, lay out your foundation, just get everything looking decent. Then you can come in and clean things up. So even if the lines are a little shaky or they're not, as thin or thick as you want them to be, now you can come in and you can change that up. I'm going to call the hair lines of the triangle the dark lines, and I'm going to call the skin portion that I'm in right now the white lines, so that way you know exactly what I'm talking about. So right now, whenever you're first creating it, you can make your dark lines fatter while you're making your white lines thinner. But if they're off, you still can play with it to tweak it to get it to look how you want it by making your white lines fatter, right? So right now that's what I'm doing. Once I had a rough draft, now I come in, and if I need to make my white lines a little bit fatter, then I'll do that by taking away some of the hair of the dark lines, if that makes sense. And I just go in and I'm using just the corners of my blade, specifically in the area closer to the center diamond, because if you use the whole blade, you're going to cut into different heads. So I'll use one corner of the blade, then I'll use another corner of the blade, but I just try to use it like a pencil and be very careful not to lay that blade down fully, because you'll cut into hair and mess up the pattern. So I'm using the corners until I get to a big line like that, then I can use the full blade. But as you can see there, I just rock the corners back and forth, using it like a pencil. And it's not the greatest shape at this point. However, we're just going to get in and keep cleaning it up, then we'll hit it with the razor. So right now, here's going to be a difficult part, getting in that small triangle or diamond rather, and just working that. So you see I'm bouncing back and forth to each corner, just ever so carefully trying to get in there and make those lines clean and straight. And whenever I first did the design, we're getting closer to finishing the lines. Now we're going to go into the fading portion, but even before I clean the lines up, that's how a lot of people just leave their design. They'll sketch something in there like a rough draft, and they leave it. They don't clean it up, and the design doesn't look quality. If you want a design to look quality, you need to spend time getting in there with those corners and sharpening up those lines, and even when you throw a little fade effect in here like this, it just makes it pop and takes it to the whole next level. So my thought was, when she said add some of that fadey stuff in there, my thought was, you know what, maybe I can fade, say, the bottom part of this triangle and make it light, and then the next triangle, or excuse me, diamond, then I'll fade the top part and leave the dark, the bottom dark, and then I'll just flip back and forth each diamond, right, and kind of give it this cool 3D effect. So that's what I did. So now I'm being very careful as to how I position my blade, and I'm just fading. So using the corners of the blade, just getting in there. So there again, we want on that second diamond that I'm on right now, I want the bottom to be darker, I want the top to be lighter, and I want it to gradually fade to not all the way bald, because I still want to see my diamond lines. So just kind of been blending that. Now I'm coming in, touching that up. Right now I'm just talking to somebody who's asking me questions, just sharing with them what I'm doing. So just making sure that that diamond on the inside looks faded, and I'll touch it up more too. But you know, then we go in here and make sure that second one is. Now I'm gonna fade that third diamond. I don't know why I keep calling it a triangle, but anyways, that third diamond, I'm gonna fade the bottom portion, and then that fourth one I'll blend the top portion of that as well. But anyways, just back and forth. And then because we're doing a number one, it can be lighter. If I was doing blonde hair, I would probably have done a number 2 or a 1.5. I usually don't like to do designs on blonde hair, simply because it is so light, you really can't see the definition. The darker the hair, the better the design, in my opinion. But there again, I'm fading that fourth one at the top, just transitioning back and forth. However, I do like to throw a little bit of color enhancement on my designs, just especially if I add like a fade effect, just to really make it pop. So if I came in there right now and started hitting this up with the with the straight razor and really trying to clean up my lines, I think it would look really good. However, when I add the color enhancement to it, it just takes it to a whole nother level. It'll make it pop more, and then I can come back in with my razor and clean up those little hairs and straighten out the lines. And the reason I like to wait till after I apply the color enhancement to use a razor is because sometimes you get a little color on the skin, and you can use that razor to kind of clean it up. Look how amazing I am, man. Look at that. I made a triangle that fits perfectly in that Sean Cuts hair color card, which is just phenomenal, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting it right up to the line, but watch, I'm spraying the card. I'm not actually spraying the hair. I spray the card. That's why the card is so wet, and the overspray is actually getting on the hair. What a amazing technique, right? That's awesome. So anyways, spraying the card, and that's why I say it can get on the skin. If you're holding it tight up to the head, you usually don't have to worry about it, but I failed to wipe all that color off, and you'll see in just a minute that I get a little bit of color on the skin, not because of the spray, but because of the buildup of the color on the card. See right there on that white line, you'll see it in a second. See, there's 2 little spots that I got to come in with the razor and clean up. But just adding that color, man, on those places where the longer hair was, it just gives it more of that, that pop, that pizzazz. It just makes it look real clean. And there again, I'm a huge fan of color enhancement, and the reason being, I'm not trying to fix anything or whatever, but I'm trying to enhance it, man. We want it to look amazing. So now I'll get in there and I'll clean up some of that color and those hairs with that. And what's cool is once you spray the color on there, it actually gives you more of a better view of, okay, what do I need to clean up? What corners do I need to clean up? And you can get in there and do that. Now, mind you, whenever I'm trying to make a straight line, I always use the back of the blade to do that. So whenever I want to clean up one of those inside corners, I'm going to flip the blade over. So right now I want to clean up that back corner, so I'm using that back side. However, when I want to clean up the inside, I'll flip the trimmer over and bring it down just like you would bring it down on a beard line. Now I'm going to come in there and just clean this up. So just so you know, when I get a little color on the skin like that, I'll use my razor, but I'll actually spray alcohol on the razor. Not where it's drowning in it, but just enough where I just lightly mist my razor with some alcohol, and then I bring that down so it'll clean that color off of the skin, because alcohol works really well to, whether it's for a beard lineup with color enhancement, whether it's on the edge, on the forehead, whatever. If you got any color on there, use a little alcohol on your trimmers or on your razor and come in and use that alcohol to clean that color off the skin. So yeah, now I'm just going in doing detail work with my razor, just making sure those lines are clean. And look at that, man. It almost looks trippy, like you could get lost in that diamond with that fade back and forth technique like that. And I believe you could do this. I really believe you could do it. It's simple. You've seen the process. It's just starting to add those little extra things that just make it pop, right? So I like it. I'm really digging this design. I'm glad she drew it out. I'm glad she brought it for me. I think if we would have just left it normal, just the diamonds, it would have been cool, but it would have been simple. And we want to take it to the next level, because it's stuff like this that people see and they're like, oh my gosh, who did that? And that's what gets you paid, my friends. That's what gets people in your chair. And I'm telling you, people will see this, and if I was taking new customers, this would bring me new customers. So I just go in with my razor, make sure I hit the outside edge good too, and clean up that neck. Just clean up any loose hairs to make sure it looks as clean as possible. So hey, you guys tell me what you think about this. We still have a little bit more, but if you like it, let me know. But I feel like it really came together. Just there again, getting in there very carefully with just the corners of the blade, just lifting up one end and tapping with the other, and just getting in there and cleaning up those lines. Once again, whenever I do straight lines like this, I'll use the full blade, but whenever I need to hit small areas, I just use the corners. But it can be challenging, so just be careful. Always pay attention when you're using the corner of the blade. Always pay attention to where the other end of that blade is at, so you're not cutting into hair. I've done it before. So there it is. Give me a thumbs up, or boom, slap your neck. Anyways, I hope you like it. God bless you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, say what's up. And hey, I'll see you tomorrow. And let's celebrate 24 days today. Come on, we got 6 more days. Peace.